Hey guys, it's Melissa at Miller's Rustic Sawmill, and I'm at the sawmill actually out here today going live. I told some of you last night on my video on Essential Stencils page that I would come out today and kind of show off our sawmill stuff and show what the slabs are, kind of give you a little bit of background. I don't have a charger for my phone, but I'm gonna try to kind of get this done and show you around the place a little bit. It's kind of messy, but that's what happens out here is the guys are always in production mode. So they've been working on some ash today and running it through a tongue and groove machine, or yeah, I guess that's what that is. It's a shaper is what it's called. And cutting up some stuff down at the mill, which the doors are all shut because it just started raining here. And other than that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to flip my camera around and I'm going to show you some of the wood that we have here. Some of you, if you end up watching this, I was doing some signs last night on Essential Stencils page and using their stencils. So I am going to show you where the wood comes from and just some of the different woods and show you what I have to work with on my end, and also kind of why it's maybe a little bit hard for shipping purposes. I'm going to figure it out. So I've had some people request and ask if we could ship some project slabs. So I've got some stacks. I'm going to try putting some stuff together. I've got some zip codes, and I'm going to try to see if I can figure out the shipping part of the slabs, so we can get some of those going out across the country to some of you that would like to use your stencils on those, or use them for other projects. So I'm going to flip my camera around. Please forgive the messiness. Hi Carrie, thanks for watching. And it is kind of dark in here right now. There's Daisy Dog sleeping, trying to sleep. No, she's not chained down. That's just her leash over the slabs. So, oh, hi, Sherry, or Cherie. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but excuse me. Awesome. I hope that you get to come. This is what you're going to walk into. So this is way different than our shop. Our shop in town we did so that we could show people what our wood looks like in a finished state, give some ideas of what you can do with it. But this is kind of the nature of our sawmill business. So you can see here we have live edge slabs. Sherry. Oh, perfect. Now I know how to say it. But these are slabs that people use for tables, people use for benches. We've got all kinds of different woods. We've got spalted hackberry. This is walnut. If you've not ever been out to our mill, Saturday's going to be a good day to come for our slab sale. We've got some more spalted pieces here. I can explain, excuse me, I'm going to start coughing again. What spalting is in just a minute to some of you if you don't know, but we do cut a lot of walnut logs here at our sawmill. So whenever you come out, if you get to come on Saturday, Sherry, then you will be able to check it all out in person. And whenever you walk in, a lot of people will tell you, you know, how good it smells in here. Sue, I want to get some slabs for crafts. Awesome. Yeah, definitely. Oh, if you come from Colorado, that would be so cool. You could make a trip and load up at the same time. What I'm looking at right here is a giant slab. So that is one piece, and it would make one heck of a table, or a couple of tables, or you could split it down, you know, in two down the middle. We have woodworkers that come and get different pieces. This was huge. So that was a huge slab that went on, a huge log that went on our slabbing mill. And right next to it is the same kind of wood. So this is what I mean by the difference of wood. Whenever we did our shop in town, we finished everything in there to just show the wood off in its finished, more of a finished state. So this piece and this piece are the same. The difference is that this one is just planed down. So this one has been planed. This big slab that I'm looking at right here is $850. So that's a great big, thick, what we would call a very rare, unique tulip slab. And it is all dried. It has actually taken, goodness, I think that has been in the process of drying for 4 years, I'm gonna say. I'm not 100% sure if that's right, but we let stuff air dry for quite a while. So whenever it's large like that, it's got to dry and air dry a little bit longer, so that way it does better whenever it goes into the kiln. So this piece next to it is also the same kind of, it's out of the same tree, and it was actually planed down. So it's beautiful, but that's tulip wood, and that is what you call, what you call raw wood. Yeah, whenever I'm talking about raw wood, this is kind of what I talk about probably in my shop and in some of my videos. So this, for those of you that are that do watch some of my live videos with stencils, this is kind of what I have to work with whenever I try to make the stencils work on some of our wood. So we have all different kinds, and we have all different price ranges too. So yes, Sherry, we have, this is what I'll show you. This is one of the $5 tables. So normally these slabs are 10, and this weekend they're gonna be 5, but this is kind of like what I had last night that I kind of did some of my stencils on. That's a piece of walnut. And of course it doesn't have anything finished on it. It is planed, so it's nice and smooth. And hey Randy, thanks for watching. So all of the pieces on here, unless they are too wide, are already planed down, which means they're nice and smooth versus rough cut, so, or rough. Let's see. That's another piece right there. That one would be a great piece for, I think I did one kind of like this in my shop, and I used some letters on it and I spelled out thankful. So that one is another piece of walnut, and it would make a cute little porch board sign. And you could do both sides. You can see the back is a little bit different than the front, but I try to use up both sides of my stuff whenever I'm making things too. But this is what I have to pick from whenever I'm talking about the project pieces. So to come out here and find some that would be good for shipping and good for signs, that's kind of what I was out here doing earlier today. And some of these pieces would be great pieces for that. So I used one like this also to put a pumpkin on. I did a stencil on one similar to this in my shop, and you can see the grain and the figure in this wood. This is walnut. There's a lot of walnut on this table. So these are the slab, what we call the slab tables. Stepped on a water bottle. So that's kind of what I'm talking about there. There's another beautiful piece of walnut that's someone's gonna score on that piece this weekend. And these are, again, our project slabs. This is what I am saying or talking about whenever I talk about our project slabs. So I've kind of built a couple stashes here that I am going to take and see about shipping. So I think a lot of those would make some good signs or some good options for people to pick from if they were to buy a bundle of slabs. So we're going to check out shipping costs and see how that works on our end, and see how expensive it might be to ship some of that stuff out. So these are the gray bins. Everything in these gray bins, Saturday they're gonna be $2. So you could come and get some pieces that you could definitely use a chop saw on, like this one. And you could cut it into several pieces for signs if you're making something like that. Or if you've got some smaller projects going on, you could probably come and find some super cheap pieces to build your projects out of in these bins. So we are trying to clean them out. These pieces are gonna be $2. You guys, look at this one. I'm just gonna show you. That is a big chunk, and it would make, it's not very thick, but it would make a very cool sign. It's just very neat. So it's kind of long, but that is a really cool piece. There's a lot of cool pieces in here. I was looking at them earlier. Some of them still have, you know, the bark on the back side. So hi Sue, hi Carrie. Sue, we try to have our sales one Saturday, if not two a month. So if you are ever coming this way, I mean, look at that one. That one would be amazing. So Sherry, you're gonna score on some wood for some stencils if you come on Saturday. And I know that, you know, sometimes for me it's hard to think out of the box and try to figure out what people might like, or if they might like the same things that I do, but apparently you guys do. So yeah, you might need your truck, Sherry. But these are going to be the $2 bins. So normally on a average day, they're $5. So anyway, I wanted to show those off. There are some super long pieces in there. Most of the stuff in here is pretty thin. So, you know, they're not real heavy. They're pretty manageable. That one's a little bit thicker. That's a nice piece. So, I just wanted to show those off, you guys. And I'll walk back around here.
Hi there.
Hi. Oh, you're checking on plane tickets. Awesome, Roxanne. That would be fantastic. Sue, I will totally try to give you a heads up when we're doing it again. If you decide that you're going to make a trip out to Missouri, just let us know. Message me and see when you might be thinking of planning a trip. And I can totally try to give you a heads up and make it work. These are some of the bigger slabs, you guys. So whenever I have porch boards that are nice and cleaned up, the guys have to do all of that for us and in at the shop. So nothing, you know, nothing that we do out here, it's like whenever I said it's all done by us. We have 2.5, sometimes 3 guys. We have an extra guy this week working with us, but other than that, there's usually just 2 other guys out here. And they run the saw, they unload the kiln, they plane. So we also have lumber. We have racks of lumber in here. And then we have slabs over there that I'm not going to get to, but we have, what is this stack?
That's a stack of projects that we're going to plane.
So these are all project pieces also. So this is what they look like. I just showed you that table over there that is going to be for $5 this weekend. And this is what they look like. I don't know if you can see very well on your end, but look at how, like, you would never think by looking at it right now that it's going to turn into what I just showed you on that other table. The planed pieces. So this gets planed in our planer machine. It goes through there and it just kind of takes off a layer. All of these look very, very rough. They're kind of dirty. They've been air drying also, and then they went into the kiln. So these just came out of our kiln process. So they are all dried and they will get planed in our planer before they go on the project table. So. Oh yeah, this is.
The tongue and groove on.
So yeah, we have been doing an order of flooring here at the mill of ash, and so this piece that I have my hand on right here, this is what it started out looking like after we cut it and after we dried it. This is what it looks like after it goes through the planer.
And this has got the tongue on it.
And then it gets the tongue.
And then the groove will go on this side.
And then the groove on the other side. So it's kind of cool to think that, you know, if you just came out and looked at it like this, you might be like, you can't tell what it looks like. So in our shop in town, that's why we have so much wood, everything in there. We finished everything with as much of our wood as we could. So when people walk in, they can kind of see, oh, I like that wood, I like that. But this is all going to be flooring?
It's actually ceiling.
Oh, I was going to say ceiling. I thought it was ceiling.
Yeah, it's for the
ceiling. So it's going on a ceiling in a 3-story barn home. And we have already seen, I've seen a lot of the things that have already went into that home that we've cut out. And then we have a local woodworker who has built a lot of cabinetry in that home, and it is going to be stunning. So this is going to be on a ceiling. It's going to be awesome. But let me see, what else can I show you? I always think it's kind of cool to show people this part of the business along with our shop, because
And this will be clean tomorrow.
Yeah, it will. It's got a lot of sawdust in it right now. The guys started early. They shut down around 3, so they've worked a full day, but they've been trying to beat the heat. So that's the tongue and groove machine. And then we've got roller tables that the wood, whenever they're rolling it through the planer and through the tongue and groove machine, they use these roller tables. But there are more slabs. We just have this 40 by 60 full of different unique pieces. So if you're looking for something specific, or you've got something in mind, chances are we probably have a slab that will work for that. So if you're, yeah, we have larger ones. I showed off that big tulip one. And we do have more in another shed as well that are unique and big, like the one back there that I'm kind of aiming at right now. That one is another tulip slab. So it's not been planed yet, but it could get planed down for anything like a table or conference table, something like that. So I'm just trying to show you guys kind of an overview. Do you do flooring? We have cut out one full floor of locust.
And that walnut floor.
And we've cut out a walnut floor. So yes, we can cut out the product for the flooring. It would look like similar to this probably, as far as depending on thickness and things like that. So if it's something that you are interested in, Sue, definitely message us and let us know what you're thinking, and we can get you a quote on the price of that. We don't install and we don't finish the flooring, so you would have to have a contractor for that. But we can definitely supply all of the material. We've had people do it themselves, so once we supply it,
And we've done some walls.
that's on you to finish it and however you would like to do it. We also have done wood walls. We've done several wood walls. So if you are a DIYer, definitely we can help you get some stuff done. If you are not a DIYer and you need some woodworkers to help you finish a table or to do some shelving or cabinetry or something like that, we have several that we work with who have several different skill sets, so and in many different areas. So if you are looking for somebody in your area to help you out and finish something and you would like to use some of our slabs, definitely get in contact with us. We have pieces in here for the live edge shelving, bar tables, coffee tables, countertops. I think this one was going to be a
Bar and a counter.
a bar and a countertop, but that's not sold.
No.
Okay.
They changed their mind and went with walnut.
Right. The customer switched their preference and they decided to go with a walnut slab instead of the tulips. So I'm checking my battery to make sure I'm not going to die here on my live. But let's see. I don't know. Do you guys have any questions? We have a lot of different woods. I showed this one on the Facebook page or on our Facebook post for our slab sale on Saturday. And this is the one I asked people to try to guess what it was. And it is definitely, it's tulip. So that's a piece of tulip. There's our lazy daisy. I think this is a private order. Is this a private order? So this was somebody's log that they brought to us, and we cut the log and dried it, and it just came out of the kiln. So we're waiting on them to come pick it up. These are all the projects. Oh, there I am. Do we usually sell out? Sherry, we have Saturdays where our table gets pretty empty.